If you've ever wanted to try Finnair's A350 business class without committing to a long-haul journey, there's a clever workaround. Book their once daily A350 flight from London Heathrow to Helsinki Vantaa. It's just under 3 hours, but the experience is anything but ordinary if you choose the right aircraft. So I booked the flight, I sat in the seat, and here's what I found. Alright, here we go. So this really is the sweet spot. If you're flying Finnair, go for that Airbus A350, departing at 10:20 AM. That's where you'll find the AirLounge, Finnair's quirky take on business class seating. No recline here, just a fixed shell seat. I've been on the fence about it for ages, torn between intrigue and skepticism, so I finally decided to give it a go and see if the hype holds up. And I have mentioned this before on one of my videos, if you're flying out of T3 in business or first class on a One World member airline, you'll get access to Qantas, Cathay Pacific, British Airways and American Airlines lounges. You take your pick. I kicked off things with breakfast in the Qantas lounge. Sunday mornings are a dream. Quiet, peaceful and no crowds in sight. The lounge itself, yeah, decent, but a heads up, once the Qantas A380 crowd rolls in, it's a whole different vibe. For now though, I had comfy seating, a relaxed atmosphere and breakfast that was fine. Did the job. Finnair is probably regarded as one of the best European airlines nowadays. It has on their A350 a 1-2-1 configuration, and if you're on the scheduled flight that I'm on, the 10:20 AM departure from Heathrow to Helsinki, they fly the A350-900, which has that 1-2-1 configuration. So yeah, rather than being on a 3-3 configuration narrow body jet where they block out the middle seat like all other European airlines, this is going to have a wide body aircraft. So yeah, you know, on a short haul flight with a wide body aircraft, that's amazing. So I'm pretty excited about doing that on this 3-hour jaunt. But the main reason is trying out the Finnair business class seats. This is a non-reclining seat. Now, I like to fly and recline on my seats, watch some TV, so I'm not sure what to expect. So before I try sitting in the seat, I'm just sitting on the fence for the moment, but looking forward to it. Conveniently tucked right next to the Qantas lounge is the Cathay Pacific lounge. And trust me on this one, this is a must visit. 3 words, simply the best. From the serene ambiance to the elegant design and top-notch service, it's a standout. If you're looking to elevate your pre-flight experience, this is where you want to be. So you can't visit Heathrow Airport Terminal 3 without visiting the Cathay Pacific Lounge, in my opinion, and probably everyone else's opinion. This is the best lounge in Terminal 3. I can get into British Airways. I've just been into Qantas. American Airlines is probably not even worth bothering with. But Cathay Pacific is a really gorgeous lounge. It's spacious. You've got great views over the apron. Noodles a la carte. And yeah, comfy sofas. Really lovely place to hang out and chill. So I'm just going to chill for an hour or so before I start heading to the gate. I swung by the British Airways business class lounge for a quick look and wow, it was buzzing. If you're after a calm pre-flight experience, I'd steer clear and head to the Cathay Pacific lounge instead. That said, credit where it's due. BA puts on a solid breakfast spread and true to form, they've snagged the prime real estate. The lounge overlooks the tarmac, making it a fantastic spot for plane spotting while you sip your coffee. By the way, just don't expect decent toilets in the BA lounge. So here goes Finnair all the way from London Heathrow to Helsinki. Finally laying eyes on this cabin felt like a long-awaited reveal. And first impressions? genuinely positive. I was especially curious about the seat's firmness, having found ANA's The Room a bit too rigid for my taste. Thankfully, Finnair's AirLounge strikes a better balance. There's just enough give to feel plush without sacrificing support. It's surprisingly comfortable, more spongy than stiff, and definitely a pleasant surprise. It's got that unmistakable Scandinavian vibe, elegant, functional, and effortlessly cool. Once seated, the space feels inviting and well thought out. The screen is a decent size, not massive, but more than enough for a comfortable viewing experience. Waiting on the side table are a bottle of water and a pair of rather flimsy earphones, not exactly premium, but they'll do. To the left, you'll find all the seat controls within easy reach, and just over your shoulder is a handy storage nook housing the remote control with both USB-A and USB-C charging ports. There's also a larger storage compartment tucked beneath the window, perfect for stashing a laptop or small bag. One downside though, no overhead air vents. So this is how the seat transforms into a lie flat without reclining. You have to manually lift the lever to the side, which then raises a section of the base of the seat. You then press a button on the seat control panel, which enables another section to raise and thus join both sections together to form a solid base on which you can spread out and sleep. When seated, you'll have cushions to prop you up. Genius. And now I do see the logic behind it. And the idea is simple but smart. By removing the recline mechanism, they save weight and reduce complexity. Fewer moving parts across 32 seats per aircraft, multiplied by the number of flights operated by the A350 and the A330 fleets, that's a serious fuel saving over time. It's a subtle but impactful design choice that aligns perfectly with Finnair's minimalist, efficiency-driven philosophy. Top marks to Finnair. The in-flight entertainment has good movie and TV choices, with a great flight camera for the AV geeks. This is really handy. You can check flight connections on other Finnair flights all from the comfort of your seat. Given the business class cabin was less than half occupied, the footfall in the toilets was low and therefore they were spotless. There are 2 toilets behind the business cabin and one up front to the right with a lovely view out the window. Shortly after takeoff, we were handed a bag of mini pretzels and a welcome drink. Hands-free phone charging was available courtesy of this feature on the side table. There's a quiet joy in discovering that breakfast service has been skipped on a flight, especially when it comes to lunch. Let's be honest, breakfast at cruising altitude rarely inspires. Lunch, on the other hand, has potential. On this short-haul journey, the meal began with a chilled plate of breadcrumb chicken, lightly dressed and modestly plated. It wasn't trying to impress, but it didn't offend either. The main course, vegetable and tomato gnocchi, was warm, comforting, and surprisingly well balanced. A decent bite while the world drifted by beneath the clouds. So this is blueberry juice. A shout going out to Non-Stop Dan because he goes on and on about this blueberry juice. Actually, it's really nice. Yeah, Non-Stop Dan, you know your juices. So the name of this pastry is called pulla. I thought I'd just get that in there before I completely destroy the pronunciation. Good. I think this seat is a revelation. It's so comfortable. The upholstery is so nice. It's so private. It's actually really soft. Now I'm trying to compare this with the A&A The Room, which I found, although really wide, it's actually really hard and firm to sleep on and sit on for a long period. This, however, is really soft. I'm really impressed with this seat. This is a bit of a game changer. So now that I'm sitting on the seat, I'm no longer sitting on the fence. I think for me, this, as a lot of people have said, this probably could be the best business class seat that Europe has. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Finnair, really nice. As we begin our descent into Helsinki, I thought I'd share the cost of this flight. I booked a one-way ticket from London using Avios points. Finnair now uses Avios as its mileage currency, just like British Airways, Qatar Airways, Iberia and Aer Lingus. The total? 18,000 Avios plus £64 in taxes. For comparison, the same flight booked with cash can range anywhere from £300 to £680, depending on the season and demand. So if you've got Avios to spare, it's far better value. One tip, make sure you book that Airbus A350. The experience is leagues ahead in comfort and design. So I boarded this Finnair short-haul flight with modest expectations, but left genuinely impressed. The standout feature, of course, is the non-recline AirLounge seat, a game changer in cabin design. If you haven't tried it, it's absolutely worth experiencing. I'm already planning to try this setup on an overnight flight. The AirLounge's lie flat mode looks promising and must be put to the test. Finnair delivered a calm, comfortable and well thought out experience. Between the clever seat design, decent food and the Terminal 3 lounge crawl perks, I'm officially converted. Appreciate your time and thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, please do hit the like button and please do consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Many thanks, catch you on the next one and remember to enjoy the journey.